Hey guys, this is Nick coming to you with another video on Infinity Kingdom. This one is episode 4 of our series about the top 10 mistakes to avoid and correct in the game. This one is mistake 7, which is doing your freebies, your dailies, basically every day, not skip on any of them, especially the important one. The way we're going to approach it is I'm going to go over all the freebies, all the dailies that you need to do every day, the way I do it to make sure it's done quickly. Overall, I would say most of the freebies is going to take you around 15 to 30 minutes to do. And then there's some tasks that will have to be done over the day. But a lot of them can be done and should be done right away because you don't want to forget about them. So let's get started. First of all, I always claim this chest and this one here right away. Make sure I keep my counter going just for the fun of it. And also this one here, you have your nobility that you need to claim. It's free gems. So every day 200 gem footprints, pretty cool. Then what I do is I go directly here. Why? Because one of the freebies that you absolutely do not want to skip is the elite campaign. The elite campaign is going to give you master marks and also master insights. This is for a specialization of your immortals. It uses a lot of both of them when you have multiple team, multiple immortal almost maxed out on specialization. So if you're maxed out on the campaign, you've done all of them, rate them 10, 15 times right away from the start of the day. Now, because we just got the upgrade, I'm not finished with it. I'm going to do that afterwards. I don't want to bother you with that. But this is one that you need to do ASAP. Then time breaker. I always do it right away. I don't really care if I kill it or not. I just want to make sure I get to the last chest. What I would do is if I plan on using a boost during the day, maybe I'm going to wait when I use the boost. Otherwise, I just do it. What's really important is to get to the last chest. And also, whenever this resets, I always claim the dust. I don't want to forget about the dust. It's not a whole lot, but still, it's free dust. Dust is important. Claim it right away. Core, if you are doing core, make sure you set your contracts right away from the start. Otherwise, you might forget and claim some troops, healing, send troops out to gather cubes, but forget about your contracts. For TOS, I'm not going to talk about it, but what is very important to know is you need to set your bets properly to get a lot of currency to then max out dust. If you want me to cover the TOS, how to do well in TOS, or also just set the bets properly, you can let me know. It's something I can do in a future video. But to quickly move on to the next dailies, what I do is I come back to the main page and I go from left to right. So I first look at the building queue. I make sure all 3 are running. Now, because of the core, I can run 3 at the same time right now. But as soon as I can, I'm going to make sure everything is running to maximize my building queues. Then I look at my marches, my troops training. I make sure that if they're not training at the moment, they will be after me looking at them. I always try to make 2 training batch a day to make sure I get to the battle pass, which we'll see in a moment. Then I look at my marches. I want to make sure at least 2 of them are always gathering. This one here can also gather, but the reason I'm keeping it right now is because I'll need to do non-boss, and this is my non-boss march, so I'm going to wait for now. Then I quickly glance over at my trove, my academy, and my dragon cave, just to make sure something is running. So purifying a chest, research running, dragon research going. Then I go to the market. What I do is I always claim the free ones that are purple, not the gems one. This is a conversion of 1 for 1 when you sell them. And there are a few daily tasks and also battle pass mission or tasks that ask you to buy a few things in the market. So I always do that. You have free refresh at the start of the day. I always do all 5 right from the start so that it's done, done and done. I also go to my Olive Immortal right away. I claim my free stone, the fragment one, and if the big one is ready, I'll claim it as well. You need to do it 5 times and 1 time for the dailies. After that, I go to the top right icons. I always go to the bundles first. The reason is I want to go look at the special bundles. Every day there's going to be a bundle available for gem. When it's AP and SP, I always claim it, even though it's gem, it's worth it. I always claim those. I want to make sure I don't forget. Then I go to the calendar, go to the end, claim the daily reward. Make sure I don't forget these as well. If you forget your calendar daily, you're going to have to gem. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get to the last one. These are all freebies. Don't skip out on freebies. Then I look at the events quickly. If there are ones that have freebies, this one is a freebie when you open the game after reset, so I always do it. No other. Then I go to this here. So wisdom place, knowledge of contest. I also always do it right at the start of the day. If you have done it a few times, you'll see it's quite quick to do it. It's often a set of similar question every day. It takes you maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not going to do it for the sake of the video, but it's really quick. Then I do the battle pass. Now, what is important to know about the battle pass and the task is if you're only going to 50 because you don't buy the golden medallion, you don't need to do all of them. The one that are speed ups, you can skip them if you want to save up on speed ups. Another one that you can skip on is the honor one if you don't have any trading a buddy and there's no war at the moment. Basically, getting to 50 is really easy. The grind is if you buy this and you want to get to 100 without gemming the level, you need to do almost all of them dailies. You can skip 1 or 2 now and then, but you need to do most of them every single day if you don't want to end up gemming at the end. It's possible. I've done it last season, last month. It's pretty easy to do if you do the dailies every day. It's the same thing with the other battle pass, right? This one here, very easy to get to 50. You need to do almost all of them if you want to get to 100 if you unlock it. And again, just make sure you just look at it right from the start of the day. There are one that you can do right away. There are one that you need to do slowly. So just make sure at least glance at it. So example, if you need to train, you have training going on at the moment. If you need to kill gnomes, you can set out your march to start killing gnomes. Challenge in the arena, you don't want to skip that anyway. And then what I do is I claim the online time rewards every time it's available. And then I go to the dailies. The dailies that are very important, I do all of them almost. The only one that are sometimes left is going to be the academy. If I don't have a research ending today, I'm not necessarily going to speed up a new research every day. But all the other ones are free to claim. So this one, you get 5 free attempts a day. You get 1 big one a day. 10 gnomes is very easy. This is the one that you might not get every day, which is fine. The 5 attempts in in arena challenges are free. The first 5. Defeating gnome boss, you need to do that. It's free as well because if you use the right talent, you'll see that it's going to be free. If you use effortless, again, you get free attempts. So just use them. I do 5 every day because I want to do the battle pass and it doesn't cost me any AP. So let's do it. Now, another one that you need to do is claiming a resource item and the XP. So at the start of the day, when I look at the dailies, I always do it as well. You do 1 and then you just go to your immortals, any immortals and it's not max, and you just click a few times, 5 at least, and then you can claim it. Another important thing that I do is I always start a boost. I usually do the gold. It's 30 gem, but if you do it every day during the Golden Path, it's actually a little bit cheaper to use a boost. You also get a boost at the same time than jamming a level. So if you're a sucker for reward for value, just put a boost every day. It's cheaper. So by then the only thing left is two things. Your wishing fountain. I always do it right from the start unless I plan on fighting because I don't want my resource to be stolen. But I just do it right away 99% of the time. You want to get to 30 at the very least. If you use the right talent, I'm not going to get into talent. I'm going to do another video on talent. But if you use the right one, you get to 30 with jamming only twice. So it only costs you 10 gems to get to 30. And you don't necessarily want to get to 40. 40 is a building speed up, not that great. The 51 is a research speed up, which is good. But to get to 50, you're starting to use quite a few gems. If you don't really need a resource, it's not really worth it. Just keep your gem, but get to 30. And then there's the Mysterium. Mysterium, it's once every 2 days. You need to do it. You do not want to skip on it. With the new artifact patch, you're going to be able to add an artifact on top of an artifact, so it's going to be even more expensive on artifact. And one way to get free artifact that you don't necessarily need the best stats on, just the first top stats, you can get from the Mysterium. And also, if you're fighting a lot during KVK, teleports here are rather a good price. You can also get teleports every 2 days, right? And honestly, if you are used to do Mysterium, you only need to do the last floor at hard. It's probably going to take you 5 minutes top. It's very easy to clear within 5 minutes, even if you don't have a strong team. If you want me to cover how to do Mysterium in a very quickly matter, you can always ask me. But this one is about dailies, and we've covered all the dailies that are very important to do. By the end of the day, you want to make sure that there's no more dailies to claim or to do. Battle Pass, if you're going to buy them, especially, you need to make sure you claim them and also did them. And again, these are freebies. They're very good for free to play and low spender, especially. So don't forget about them. Do it right away from the start of the day. So that way, your account's going to get stronger a lot quicker. You're going to get more gem, more philo stones, and all of the other freebies. Don't forget them. Thanks for watching, guys.